It's your boy. Pet peeves, part 5, y'all. Gonna keep them going. So, thought about this one today. People don't know how to talk on the fucking phone, man. It's aggravating talking to some people on the phone. They don't know how to have a conversation with you. You trying to talk, they call you, but then at the same time, they talking to other people in the background. They having whole conversations with people. They got you on speakerphone while they doing it. I'm like, why did you even call me? Like, I can't hear what you're saying, and I'm constantly saying, huh? What you say? Repeat that. Not because I can't hear, because you don't know how to fucking talk on the phone. When you call somebody, make sure you're available to talk, first of all. If you having a conversation with your kid, don't call me in the middle of that. I don't want to hear it. If you're having a conversation with anybody, talk to that person and deal with that person. Stop calling other people while you on the phone. It's not cute. I'm sorry, it's not cute. And it's aggravating. Some people do it every time you talk to them. They doing the same. I ain't talking about like once in a blue moon, you on the phone and your kid come up to you or somebody start a conversation with you not realizing you on the phone. I'm not talking about those situations. I'm talking about the people who do this every single time you talk to them on the phone. You can't hear them. Their phone sound fucked up. They on some fucked up Bluetooth. They got you on speakerphone. They talking to you on, just you can't hear what they're saying. It's not a clear conversation. And then they put you on speakerphone and they standing on the other side of the room yelling at you across the room like, I can't hear what you're saying. Stop. If you're not in a position where you can talk to me on a good headset or hold the phone to your mouth where I could actually hear what you're saying, then don't call me. That is a pet peeve of mine. They get mad at you. Then these are also the same type of people who looking for trigger words. So they're not really listening to what you're saying to them, but they hear just enough to hear a trigger word. Now they want to cuss you out from across the room. Like, what? What the fuck? It's craziness. It's crazy. I don't have time to talk to people like that. Tell your damn kids you're on the phone. I mean, I got kids. I got 4 kids and a grandchild. So I know how kids do, and they may not realize you on the phone. But you're supposed to be training your kids at an early age. So that way, all you got to do is, I usually just point to my headset so my kids know, oh, okay, Dad, you on the phone. They understand that at that time. Meaning it's not a good time for me and them to talk. So you need to train your children now to recognize that when it's not a good time to talk to you. Mommy's on the phone, daddy's on the phone, whatever. They can't just start running up to you in the middle of anything and just start having conversations while you're in the middle of a conversation. That wasn't allowed when I was a kid. They had a saying back then, children should be seen but not heard. So stop making it okay for your children just to run up on you and not get permission to speak. Just automatically just start rambling off, especially while you're in the middle of a conversation. That's not good behavior for your children to learn. You weren't allowed to do that as a kid, so why are you allowing your children to do that? That's new shit. That used to didn't be allowed. You really couldn't even talk to an adult. If there was two adults having a conversation, you had to get permission to even ask a question. Excuse me, can I ask you a question? You had to say something to that effect. You couldn't just bust out like you're an adult and just start talking. That's what's wrong with a lot of these kids today, where they don't have no manners. Because y'all are allowing that behavior. Y'all forgot your manners. If you walked up to 2 adults talking, you had to at least, at the minimum, say, excuse me, and your tone of voice better be correct. But we stopped allowing that. Anybody just feel like anybody could just start talking at any time or jump in conversations and all of that kind of nonsense. It's crazy. Sagging pants. Sagging pants is one. That's a pet peeve of mine. I know the history behind it, so it really irks me. But it's just, these young boys do that shit like it's cute. It ain't even just the boys. Now you got the little stud girls. They doing it too. Why is your ass showing? That's what does that mean to y'all? It's not cute. And you supposed to be a thug. You can't even run down the street because your pants is hanging off your ass. You can't get away, dummy. That ain't tactical. Like, what the hell are you doing? Unbelievable. People who don't answer their phones. Ooh, that irks me. I'm not talking about you at work and you really busy. If you're really busy, whether you're at work or you're doing something important at the moment, I understand that situation. But some people, you know for a fact they ain't doing shit. So you know for a fact they got their phone because they always on their phone. Why aren't you answering my fucking call or my text message? Especially, I'm not talking about like I'm texting you all the time. Like, I'm like, call me. That's the text message. Call me. Like, I normally don't send messages like that, but so if I send that kind of a message, that means I need to speak to you. And I got a reason for wanting to speak with you at that moment. You're not doing shit. Make the call. But here it is. You got some people that they'll call you back later. Like, I needed, when you was at that moment, I needed you. Like, I had a reason for that moment telling you to call me. Call me back now. I'm trying to get something handled, you know. But you got people that call you 2 days later, a month later, whatever. It's your birthday. I'm trying to say happy birthday. What the hell are you doing? Call me so I can tell you happy birthday. Or at least acknowledge the damn text message. Ooh, that irks me. That's a pet peeve of mine. Cause certain people I don't do like that. Certain people are aggravating and I never respond to them. But most people, if you send me a text message saying call me, especially if I don't talk to you very often, and I'm like, oh shit, this cuz don't never say call me. Let me call him back, see what's going on. You know. Also, people who hang up on you all the time. And they always want to blame you. That's something we got in our black community where we don't never take responsibility for our shit. We always want to blame the other person. Oh, that's your phone. I talk to lots of people and never do I have hang-ups until I talk to you. And every time I talk to you, some kind of way the call drops, your battery ran out. If it's my battery, if I'm talking to somebody and my battery runs out, as soon as I plug it up, I send them a text message, hey, my phone died. It ain't a big deal. My phone died. And go right back on with whatever the conversation was. But you got some people, it's never their fault. The problem is never on their side of the call. It's got to be on your side. And it's every time you talk to them. You talk to them long enough. I mean, it's I got people, I've never had a phone call drop. Or maybe once in a blue moon. I'm talking about my regular conversation people. Once in a blue moon, the phone call might drop. It's a storm coming or something. That's a blue moon kind of situation. But the other people I talk to, it's a sunny day. Ain't no problem with the signal. Ain't on Wi-Fi, none of that kind of stuff. Every time I talk to them, it's a problem with the phone. Every single time. And then I text back, I'll wait a few minutes to say, okay, if I know it's me, I'll call right back. But if I'm not sure what the hell happened, I'll wait a few minutes to see if they're going to call me, because I don't want to be trying to call them while they calling me, then we ain't going to connect. So I'll wait a few minutes and I'll send a text like, hey, your phone just hung up. Oh, no, that was you. No, it wasn't me. You were actually in the middle of talking and I was listening and it hung up. right in the middle of your sentence. I ain't touching my phone. I'm always on a headset. I very rarely hold the phone to my ear. I always got some kind of headset, so I'm not even touching my phone. No drop call noises or nothing like that. It just disconnected like. And then I had this happen today. I heard it like the phone started distorting the conversation, like it got hard to hear them, and then it hung up. So they was in the middle of talking. It was like crackly, like it was distorting. Like I'm sitting still, you're moving around, driving around. Isn't it more likely to believe something happened on your end? Maybe you hit a little dead spot and the tower was bad. Isn't that more likely than the person just sitting still had the drop call? You're the one moving in and out of stores, in and out of places, grocery shopping, whatever. You doing all kind of stuff. Isn't it more likely just logic? Not knowing what kind of phone service don't matter. It don't matter. All of these phone companies use the same fucking towers, okay? Otherwise, you would see 20 towers in one location, which you don't ever see that. What you see is one tower or two towers. Usually they share the tower nowadays, and they all sharing the same tower. That's usually what's happening. Unless you're in a rural area. If you're in a city, everybody's using the same towers. Like, get real. Find out how phones work. I've had two service providers at the same time, and I've been saying this since the fucking 90s. I had Verizon when I was a store manager at Radio Shack, and I had Sprint as my personal phone. Some places my Sprint phone didn't work. Some places my Verizon phone didn't work. But most places, 99% of the other places, both phones worked at the same time. That's just what it is. And that was in the 90s, so you know that ain't the problem today. They all using the same fucking towers. It was only in weird circumstances where the one phone worked and the other one didn't work. That means like you were in a building, you was on the train, in a tunnel. Like Nextel worked in those tunnels up in New York and Jersey. Nextel always worked in the tunnels, but if you didn't have Nextel, you wasn't on the phone until you got off the train. Just simple as that. Even here in Charlotte today, in today's world, there's a part of 485 when you get right before Harrisburg where no matter what phone you got, it drops. Or you always got to call. It's a problem with your call right in that area. Right on 485. Everybody has that same problem. That's just what it is. Some areas have little dead spots. There's, depending on the makeup, the geographical makeup of the area, sometimes it's just a dead spot in the signal. But that's just what it is. It ain't got nothing to do, oh, my phone is better than yours. And then you got the dumb iPhone people, it must be your phone because you got an Android. No, not at all. Not the reason. That sounds so stupid. Sounds so stupid. And these be the same fucking people who had Androids themselves for years. For years. Every phone they ever had was an Android. Now, all of a sudden, they got an iPhone last month. Now they got perfect cell phone coverage. Get the fuck out of here. Every phone company has an iPhone. Every phone company. So, what are you talking about? What are you talking about? So some kind of way you think your iPhone that you got on Straight Talk is better than the iPhone that's on Verizon? Is that what you think? You think that's what you're thinking? And somehow it's iPhone on Verizon and an iPhone on everybody else, and then Android. That's how y'all ranking it? All right, y'all crazy. Gotta go. Follow V.